Right now, school is back open in Mount Horeb after last week's shooting near the middle school. We'll take you there to see how students and staff are resuming the healing process.
Also, the pro-Palestinian protests remain on the UW-Madison campus as the impact of those protests continues to grow nationwide.
And as Hamas agrees to a ceasefire, Israel says there's no deal just yet, and it begins an offensive in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thank you, everyone, for staying with us at 5. Before we get to all of those stories, we're going to begin tonight with the weather.
That's right. Alert day in the forecast for tomorrow. Some showers and thunderstorms could bring some severe weather across southern Wisconsin. For more on the timing of these storms, let's get a look at your first one forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Hey, Eric. Hey, Susan. Yeah, you wouldn't think out here in the patio, gorgeous day, sunshine, beautiful temperatures, that we got a really stormy day ahead of us as we go on into Tuesday, or at least the likelihood. This is what we're up against here with the timing you mentioned, Eric. This is going to be primarily Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, although we can't rule out an isolated strong storm Tuesday morning. I'll explain a little bit more in a couple minutes in Maine weather as we track this line of thunderstorms on Future Track. Provided we get enough heat on your Tuesday, all hazards, that would be damaging winds, large hail, and an isolated tornado or two are a possibility, primarily again Tuesday afternoon and early Tuesday evening for all of southern Wisconsin. Well, let's enjoy some of the nice stuff first here. We've got 71 in Madison, all the way as warm as 74 out in Cross Plains. A little bit warmer to the west. That's that warm air that's pushing towards us that will help fuel these showers and thunderstorms. We got a 76 in Boscoville, 72 in Janesville, and 75 to the north up in the Dells. Planning your evening, no storms tonight, or at least not during the evening. Picture perfect day, as we've been mentioning for the past few days. Temperatures will slip down to about 60 when you join us for the 10 o'clock newscast. And then as we head towards rush hour tomorrow morning, that's when the storms begin. We'll track it together in a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. And stay up to date on the weather with our First Warn Forecast app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your app store. Just search WISC Weather. We are keeping up with staff and students at the Mount Horeb School District today as they return to class after an armed student was killed outside the middle school. That was on Wednesday.
Our Maddie Heimch is on campus tonight with more.
Yeah, we're really seeing the Mount Horeb community rally around staff and students today. This morning, chalk was covering the sidewalks, and the school has provided additional counselors and therapy dogs throughout the day. In the meantime, we're learning more from the Department of Justice about the shots fired Wednesday. The shooter's weapon has been identified as a pellet gun. We now know that he refused to put the gun down when directed by police, leading them to shoot and kill him. We are, of course, seeing those Mount Horeb strong messages throughout the community. Additionally, we're seeing fallout from the event around the area. Both Monroe High School and the New Glarus School District opened investigations into school violence threats at their schools late last week.
So I worked with one school district that they, after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary, they put in police in all of their elementary schools. The narrative that I heard from them was it's not if, it's when a school shooting would happen in their district. So there's this sense that there's almost an inevitability to these things happening.
We'll have more on school violence and the spread of increased safety measures on News 3 Now at 6. Reporting in Mount Horeb, Maddie Heimch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. Next tonight, a 54-year-old woman is dead after a motorcycle crash in the town of Springfield. Just before 4 yesterday afternoon, Dane County deputies responded to a crash near the Missouri Tavern on northbound U.S. Highway 12 near Kickaboo Road. Authorities found the 54-year-old woman who operated the motorcycle and pronounced her dead at the scene. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office will release the woman's identity at a later date. The cause of the crash remains under investigation by the sheriff's office.
Madison police arrested a man over the weekend after they say he stabbed another man on the city's east side. Officers were sent to the 100 block of Edna Court. This was just before 10 Friday night. There they say they found a man with a stab wound. He was taken to the hospital. His injuries are not considered life-threatening. The suspect fled the area before police got there. Police found him the next day at a home in the 2800 block of Holborn Circle. News 3 Now is not naming the suspect due to station policy until he has been formally charged in court. He faces tentative charges of second-degree recklessly endangering safety.
In Milwaukee, an officer is recovering tonight after he was shot last night. It happened just before 11. Officers say a suspect fired shots that hit the officer. He did not fire back, and no one else was hurt. The officer was taken to the hospital and later released. 3 people are in custody in connection with this shooting. 2 guns were recovered at the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. Today marks day 7 since the pro-Palestinian protests and encampments started at Library Mall on UW-Madison's campus.
And then today, faculty showed out in solidarity with the protesters. Our Jalen Banks joins us live now from Bascom Hill with the very latest on the protests. Jalen?
Eric and Susan, just this afternoon, Bascom Hill was met by hundreds of faculty, staff, and student protesters. The group marched from Library Mall all the way up Bascom Hill for UW-Madison's Faculty Senate meeting. There, Chancellor Mnuchin spoke on the university's stance on the protest encampment down at Library Mall and the protesters' demands. As for the encampment itself, still at Library Mall, here's what Chancellor Mnuchin had to say on its status.
We're a public institution, and that means, according to the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, we have to remain content neutral when it comes to decisions about what is allowed to take place on our campus. If I grant an exception for this encampment, I would need to grant an exception for any group that wished to set up such an encampment, regardless of the cause.
And speaking with spokespeople from the encampment, they reiterated they do not plan on leaving until their demands are met. And tonight at 6, we'll hear more from the chancellor on the status of those demands from the encampment. For now, reporting on Bascom Hill, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you. Meanwhile, Madison police are investigating after 27 buses were vandalized last week with black spray paint calling for an end to the Israel-Hamas war. Police say an employee found the messages on the buses on Thursday morning. The graffiti made statements such as "Free Palestine" and "Stop the war." Employees estimate several $1,000s of damage was done. So far, no arrests have been made. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Madison area Crime Stoppers. The number there on your screen, 608-266-6014, or online at p3tips.com.
In Chicago, police say they arrested nearly 70 people during a pro-Palestinian protest outside the city's Art Institute over the weekend. Police say the demonstrators set up an encampment at a garden on the museum property, then barricaded themselves in and locked the gates. Investigators say the protest appeared to be student-led. Officers arrived at the museum hours later and warned demonstrators to leave. When they did not, officers moved in and arrested the protesters.
The war between Israel and Hamas may be escalating as the Israeli army announced it has begun a long-planned operation in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. This comes after Hamas had said it was accepting a ceasefire deal, but it may not have been the ceasefire deal that was actually on the table. The streets of Rafah had erupted in cheers after word of the deal, but the terms of that proposal have not been made clear. The U.S. has objected to the invasion of Rafah out of concern for the more than 1 million Palestinians who fled to the city from other parts of Gaza. President Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu this morning.
The president was very direct and consistently so this morning that we don't want to see major ground operations in Rafah that put these people at greater risk.
President Biden also met with Jordan's King Abdullah II at the White House this afternoon to discuss how to get more humanitarian aid into Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu's office says it'll send working-level mediators to discuss the possibility of reaching an agreement with Hamas under conditions that are acceptable to Israel. Millions around the world are marking World Holocaust Remembrance Day in honor of the 6 million Jews and millions of others who were killed by Nazis during World War II.
Stories of survivors have new relevance for Israelis coping with the trauma of the Hamas attacks on October 7th. Tina Kraus reports.
Sirens sounded across Israel Monday, bringing the Jewish state to a standstill, with millions remembering victims of the Holocaust while still reeling from the brutal Hamas attacks on their country 7 months ago.
We can't let it happen again.
This year's Holocaust commemorations have a searing significance for 6 elderly survivors. now scarred by last year's massacre that sparked the ongoing war in Gaza. What happened on October 7th is almost impossible to believe, says 86-year-old Holocaust survivor Bella Haim. To this day, I cannot fathom. I'm running away from it. The trauma drove Haim to return to her native Poland, which she fled as a child during World War II. She joined thousands in a march for the living at the site of the Auschwitz Nazi death camp. Faces of Holocaust victims fill a World Remembrance Center in Jerusalem, but not all of them are named, and researchers are harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to change that.
Little kids that no one else knew to tell us a story about what happened to them.
Israel's prime minister says 8 decades after the end of the Holocaust, never again is now.
No amount of pressure, no decision by any international forum will stop Israel from defending itself.
Benjamin Netanyahu vows Israel will stand alone if that's what it takes. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
There are approximately 245,000 living Holocaust survivors around the world. That's according to the Claims Conference, a group that negotiates for compensation for Holocaust survivors. Around half of the survivors live in Israel.
Well, still to come, Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington returns with his complete first warn forecast.
And a group of UW student researchers is set to present some eye-opening research about TikTok and Instagram. What it could mean for your privacy next at 5.
And on Wall Street, the Dow adds more than 176 points to start the week. The Nasdaq jumps 193. S&P 500 gains 53. And we'll be right back.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
The Green Tag sales event is on now at Sloan Implements. Get your John Deere 835R Gator with 3.9% for 84 months. That's just $339 per month.
Power up with Sloan's. Think Sloan's first.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your next project at Menards. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. This ensemble shower features convenient shelves that provide generous storage. Just $739.99 after rebate. Finish your update with Mohawk vinyl plank flooring. It's stylish and waterproof, making it perfect for your bathroom. Pick it up for just $199 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This Mother's Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We have alert date conditions tomorrow for the possibility of severe weather. The full forecast is up at 6.
And see the latest from the Hamas-Israel war protests in Madison, why some university staff and faculty walked out of classes today. That's tonight at 6.
My kidneys are getting closer and closer to complete failure.
With so much left to live for, see how a Madison man and his family are moving forward in the challenging process of finding a kidney donor.
There's gotta be somebody out there.
Tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, welcome back. A team of UW-Madison students is set to present its recent findings in San Francisco on popular social media apps Instagram and TikTok.
They have found the two social media companies' apps create bias and mistakes through their AI software. Kyle Pozorski spoke with them about what it means for your privacy. Kyle?
Well, it was towards the end of April when President Biden signed a law which could ban TikTok in part due to security concerns. As the study found out, there is some reason to be skeptical about what the apps are doing.
This was awesome to do.
That's Jack West, a second-year PhD student at UW.
I really like computers. I've always liked computers.
The self-described nerd explains to me the reason for researching what Instagram and TikTok's algorithms are looking for.
We were interested in what happens with social media and your images.
Simple enough, right? Wrong. They spent 13 months working on a custom piece of software seen here to analyze what the apps are doing. For example, each time when you open TikTok's camera, it begins looking at the subject of the image. Their research found TikTok takes that data and spits out probabilities about what the phone is looking at. This can be helpful in facial recognition or to verify a person's age. To see for myself, we tested it on my face.
So it says you are 46 and that you are 95% of white.
20 years older? No, thank you. He says it's that kind of error they found time and time again made by the app's vision models.
Thousands of images of babies and toddlers, and TikTok was predicting 13.
So why does this matter? Lead of the case study, Qasim Fawaz, tells me they don't know if TikTok and Instagram are using the data for age verification, but if they are, it could prove ineffective for parental security controls for children. Whether this is good or not, he says, is up to the public to decide.
Companies have to be transparent about what they do. And then users have to decide by themselves whether that's something they're comfortable using or not.
The symposium to present their findings is coming up on May 20th. To their knowledge, this is the first time a study looking at what TikTok and Instagram are doing like this. Eric and Susan.
Very interesting. Kyle, thank you. New tonight at 5. This week, the U.S. Department of Labor is highlighting youth in the workforce, as this week is the inaugural Youth Apprenticeship Week. It's giving high school students the opportunity for some hands-on training, trying to pave a path for their next steps after graduation. UW Health has seen the biggest impact of youth apprenticeship programs. They are the second largest employer of youth apprenticeships in Wisconsin.
I think at first, we thought we were going to just be providing an experience for them. And what it's turned out to be is really a collaborative teamwork that has created great value not only for us, but for patients.
Just last week, there were more than 1,300 students who participated in youth apprenticeship healthcare pathways.
Well, let's get a look at your first warn forecast. A complete look now with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Eric, we got a lot to talk about, and the three things that we need to know here. Scattered storms on your Tuesday. Some of those storms could be on the rough side, and I'm going to break that down. We're going to track that line from start to finish. More rain showers Wednesday going on into your Thursday. Cooler by the weekend, and yet more shower chances by the time we get to Saturday. First, where is this storm system right now? It's across the Great Central Plains, stretching from Oklahoma clear up to the Dakotas. In fact, right now, the highest of the highest risk that you can get for severe weather stretches from Oklahoma City up to Wichita, where they could be looking at multiple intense tornadoes this evening. We're talking the high-end EF4 and EF5 potential. Luckily, none of that type of weather is heading in our direction, but we do have severe storm chances. Here are those storms breaking out right now from Nebraska, clear down to Wichita, down to Oklahoma. Would not be surprised to see these storms in the news as we carry through the rest of the evening hours. We will see storms knocking on the doorstep here. Prairie du Chien, Lone Rock, Platteville over towards Monroe around 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. There'll be a mild night as this warm air moves in to southern Wisconsin. As we move into our alert day Tuesday, and it really is all of Tuesday, all hazards are possible. That means strong winds, large hail, and the potential for some tornadoes. The reason why it's all day is this line. Here's what Future Track is showing. Viroqua, Boscobel, Mineral Point, Platteville to Darlington at 5 o'clock. Moving towards Madison. Looks pretty fierce. We could be seeing maybe an isolated gusty wind or isolated severe storm with this line as it moves into southern Wisconsin. This is batch #1, and it's out of here. And as I've been mentioning for the better part of a week or two, you really need to have the environment settle down for a little bit. And our future track model is doing that brilliantly. Mid-70s, low to mid-70s from Madison and points off to the south and west. We call this the triple point. This is where all the moisture, all the winds gather in a point, and that's actually conducive for all of those hazards. Here's a potential stronger thunderstorm starting this next event, 5, 6, 7 o'clock over southwest Wisconsin, making it over to Madison, over towards north of Monroe and Janesville, but it's quickly out of here, so that's the good news. If we get this second round, it should be a quick round of thunderstorms. Tonight again, just that outside chance of gusty winds as we go on very, very late tonight, more likely around that 4, 5, 6 o'clock time frame when Kelly will be here. Savannah will be with Kelly as well. Here's that marginal risk of severe weather for all of southern Wisconsin on your Tuesday. Here are the ingredients that we need to have happen. AM storms need to clear quick enough. Then the heating occurs, and that increases the severe weather threat. If we don't get the heating, the severe weather threat goes down. We'll be keeping everybody up to date. Join us tonight at 6 and 10. We'll have updates at 6 and 10 on that line of thunderstorms and how that break may be progressing. Staying active through our 10-day period. The nicest day out of the 10-day is Sunday. Well, that's an important day for moms out there. Beautiful day on Sunday. As we go out into early to mid next week, we see those storm chances increase again. Do have an incident to report here. This would be 12 eastbound. Looks like there is an accident. Beltline eastbound crash from exit 264 to exit 265, although I'm seeing the speed increase here, so perhaps that crash is being picked up there and speeds are starting to increase. Around 70 north and southbound down towards Janesville, and let's see if we par for course. Yes, 70 miles per hour up by the Dells. I've been mentioning this before, Susan and Eric. Well, open the windows, enjoy it, because tomorrow night you might need them shut with the rain chances.
All right, Alex, thank you. Still to come at 5, Caitlin Clark made her WNBA preseason debut Friday, and of course she has changed the game, but it's also coming at a higher price tag for fans. The story next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Have your best summer ever with Bachman's Mother's Day Pool Sale. Save 25% off all in-stock above-ground radiant pools. Visit our showrooms in Madison and Brookfield and save.
Go ahead, relax. It's Bachman's.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Upgrade your garage, patio, or basement this spring with our beautiful cutting-edge concrete coatings. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy and guaranteed to increase your home's value. And we don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down to open up the pores to ensure a perfect bond. We repair all cracks and then apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. For a limited time, save up to $500 off your project. Plus, call during this program to see if you qualify for payment starting at just $30 a month.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sono Bello changed my life.
Sono Bello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just 1 visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-357-3263 or go to sonobello.com.
Have your best summer ever with Bachman's Mother's Day Pool Sale. Save 25% off all in-stock above-ground radiant pools. Visit our showrooms in Madison and Brookfield and save.
Go ahead, relax. It's Bachman's.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Well, welcome back. The excitement to watch Caitlin Clark play in the WNBA is at an all-time high. Clark, of course, drafted by the Indiana Fever as the top overall pick last month after that historic season with the Hawkeyes.
Well, after making her debut last Friday, the fans are also getting a taste of how pricey getting a ticket to a game could be during the regular season. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
22-year-old Caitlin Clark making her first appearance as a WNBA player for the Indiana Fever in front of a packed house of fans eagerly waiting to catch a glimpse of the star.
She can do it all and that she's changed basketball for women.
Clark is at the forefront of a new wave of interest in women's basketball. Last month's women's national championship game between the University of South Carolina and University of Iowa was the most watched basketball game, including the NBA, since 2019. That same hype following Clark and other top college athletes embarking on their pro careers.
I believe that as the season progresses, we're going to just see a similar major exponential increase in all of these metrics.
WNBA games have long drawn fewer eyes and earned less revenue than games in the NBA. The average yearly salary for WNBA players hovers around $130,000 compared to around $9.5 million in the NBA. WNBA teams fly commercial, while NBA teams take private charters. But in a sign of changing times, WNBA sales on StubHub has spiked 93% this year compared to the 2023 season.
It's definitely part of a larger trend of women's sports at the college and professional level finally getting the visibility that they deserve.
That was Ivan Rodriguez reporting. The Fever's second preseason game will be against the Atlanta Dream in Indianapolis on May 10th. The Fever tips off its regular season against the Connecticut Sun on May 14th. A final check of your First Warn forecast when we come back.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Mother's Day. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com. 4imprint.
Imprint for certain.
Like a bowl of cherries, life in Attic Angel is healthy and sweet. Our independent and assisted living lifestyles include newly renovated apartments, engaging social activities, and wellness support that is tailored to you. As time marches on, we promote the idea that life can always be a bowl of cherries. Attic Angel Community, the house that angels built.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $5 gift card with a $50 Miracle Grow purchase. 2 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow potting mix, $11.99. Estate lawn or garden fertilizer, $29.99. And with Mother's Day coming up, 4 packs of flowering annuals and vegetables, $2.29. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, our reporting from the bullseye of severe weather. The plains bracing for strong tornadoes and softball-sized hail. Plus, the hundreds of rescues after extreme flooding in Texas turned deadly. We've got that and more tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
And Alex is back with a final check of the forecast.
Yes, before we get our storms, we got a nice evening, so enjoy this evening. Temperatures slipping down into the 60s, clear skies. Then we pivot to alert day conditions. All hazards are possible for all of southern Wisconsin. This would be all day Tuesday. Could see some strong storms, an isolated strong storm Tuesday morning with gusty winds, and then more development during the afternoon and evening hours. All hazards would be possible during that time.
All right, something to keep an eye on. And we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next.